mean, she took Anne took out a row of chairs. There was another row of chairs. Of course there was. She's going to need another row of chairs.
I got it. That was Martha Singer. Yeah, he's really at least with there, I go up and I work with, I don't know, I don't like it there. Student information. That's pretty easy show. I was mortified she had to sit in between us. She kept laughing the whole time. And I said, well, what's so funny? One of the other.
Hello there. Welcome to each and every one of you. Welcome to SSUC, Southminster Steinhauer United Church, where we're spiritual seekers united in community. Welcome to this gathering, to this circle of people in this room, to our circle of those who gather with us online. You are all a part of who we are together. If you're trying to find a group of people seeking to live inclusively, wanting to focus on what it means to be our best selves, welcome. We're individually and together helping each other live deeply and express compassion and care, to work for justice and simply to make a difference in our own lives and in our world. If this describes who you are and who you are becoming, then welcome. Welcome to a place that invites you to be just who you are. No guilt, no requirement to be this way or that, but part of a community building a safer place for all people. That we are all sizes, all ages, all colors, all genders, all sexualities, all cultures, all abilities, all religions, many or none, all people, period. You're welcome, and we'll do our best to make you feel that you belong, because you do. This has been a difficult and painful week as a human species. As we light our candle today, we do so with some realities to face. The fact that humanity continues to stumble and fail. And fail massively at the work of peace. The connection of all life in unity and justice as a work doesn't always work. The connection of us to violence and war is a stark reminder that our tribal, sectarian, instinctual brains are difficult to overcome. And yet overcome them we must to find better ways. So with our hearts heavy for those living in devastation, in grief, in constant fear, we light this candle for peace this morning. And as we do that, I read the lyrics of a song written last summer that we will sing one day, but for now, may these, in some feeble way, hope to express our hope and our need for peace. In a time of painful anguish, our hearts are in deep distress. There's news that numbs and brings grieving that is too troubling to digest. We seek collective courage to endure tragedy, and our first and best reaction is simply to embrace as family. So may we hold to hope and keep on loving. May we be grounded in what's right. All we can do is do what's possible together. That peace will prove its might.
Good morning. My name is Kim, and I'm here to acknowledge the land upon which we walk. And this is a quote by Robin Wall Kimmerer from her book, Braiding Sweetgrass. Children, language, lands. Almost everything was stripped away, stolen when you weren't looking, because you were trying to stay alive. In the face of such loss, one thing our people could not surrender was the meaning of land. In the settler mind, land was property, real estate, capital or natural resources. But to our people, it was everything. Identity, the connection to our ancestors, the home of our non-human kinfolk, our pharmacy, our library, the source of all that sustained us. Our lands were where our responsibility to the world was enacted, sacred ground. It belonged to itself. It was a gift, not a commodity, so it could never be bought or sold. For myself, as a second and third descendant of Ukrainian settlers, and as a member of SSUC, who I'm trying to continually learn to deepen my connection to myself and to others, I want to respectfully acknowledge that we are located on Treaty 6 territory, a traditional gathering place for Indigenous peoples, including the Cree, Blackfoot, Métis, Nakota Sioux, Iroquois, Dene, Ojibwe, Saulteaux, Anishinaabe, Inuit, and many others whose histories, languages, and cultures continue to influence our vibrant community. And together, we acknowledge the ancestors, the medicines, the languages, and the teachings of these lands that continue to nourish our spirits and the connection that we have with each other.
This is a time where we can gather on the carpet, where we can sit where we are, where we can come and sit in the front row. It doesn't matter. I want you to come and feel welcome up here.
I have a pizza. Look.
Oh, lots of room. We'll make room. Hi, everyone. Today, I invited you up here, not for a story, but for something else that's very important. Every now and then, we have a time where we gather at the front with a family and we help them celebrate what it means to welcome someone new into their family. We do this in lots of different ways. We do this as a church community. When new people join us, we will welcome and we will celebrate that. We do this also with families when a new baby arrives or when a new baby's adopted or a new child comes into their life. We also do this when new people decide that they really love what we're doing as a community and they want to be a part of that with us, and we welcome them and we celebrate them. These are all ways that we celebrate that we belong. We all need places to belong. Can you help me think of a lot of different places where you might belong? So the obvious one is in your family. I hope you feel like you belong in your family. Where else might you belong? Feel like you belong? At school? That's lovely. Where else? At school. Okay. Does someone else have any ideas? Where else do you belong? Do you feel like you belong? With a friend. That's a lovely feeling. Thank you. Oh, at SSUC, at our church community, we feel like we belong. Those in the chairs, any other places where you feel a sense of belonging? In your neighborhood? Lovely. Tyler, do you have?
Well, met in like towers.
In towers?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, they're like home.
Yes, sure, of course.
I don't know if you can belong here, but I was just looking at that. I thought about imagination.
Oh, that's really lovely.
Yeah.
So looking at this banner reminded you of imagination.
Yeah.
And we can belong there. I think that's a beautiful thought. Thank you. I'm also looking out the window. Does anyone see anything out the window? What is it? Nature. Yeah. Does anyone feel like they belong when they're in nature? Yeah. That's lovely. That's beautiful. So today, we're going to celebrate with a family that's going to gather up here, and we're going to do something beautiful with their children and help them really celebrate that we all have places where we belong. So I want to invite you, if you'd like, to stay here on the carpet, find a little place where you can see what's going on nice and close, and you can also help us celebrate that we all belong. Because even though this is one family who's really celebrating today, we're all celebrating our belonging. So be part of that with us and see what's going on up here. So I'm going to stand up now, and I'm going to invite our family to stand up and join me over here at this area where we get to celebrate Liliana and Madeline today. Children of Shelley and Ben. And I know that Shelley and Ben have chosen as sponsors for their children Paige and Matthew, and Chris and Kristen. And I'd invite you to come up too and bring the family. The more the merrier. Maybe we'll just circle kind of a big semicircle here. So we gather here with Liliana and Madeline's families to celebrate their belonging. With water, with candlelight, we'll celebrate Liliana and Madeline's place in the world and honor their connection to all of life. Above them are the stars, below them the earth, and among them their connection to all and the light of life. We bless them with our words, that they may know that we journey with them in our quest for meaning and purpose. So the first thing we do is we talk to the parents, Shelley and Ben. In these answers, you'll state your intentions, not just as parents, but as connected with this community and with your broader family. Shelley and Ben, do you seek to celebrate the sacredness of life, to instill a sense of wonder, passion, and gratitude for the gift of life, and to inspire this awareness in Liliana and Madeline?
We do.
Do you seek to nurture Liliana and Madeline in their spirituality and help them to take their place in the world as a loving, responsive, and responsible human beings, embracing discovery, creating possibilities for them to experience the sacredness of life more deeply?
We do.
Of course you do. Be glad you don't have to read all the words and do what you're doing. Oop! All good. This is all good. Finally, do you seek to grow and evolve in your connection to meaningful values and find ways for your family to cultivate community, express compassion, celebrate diversity, and engage life with spiritual depth to make a meaningful difference in the world? We do. And Paige and Matthew, Kristen and Chris, recognizing that many people nurture and influence children. So as sponsors and special adult friends to Liliana and Madeline, will you guide and encourage these children by your words and actions, supporting them in their spiritual development, seeking to share your wisdom and experience with these children, helping them to learn enduring values and meaningful traditions? Beautiful. And now one of our gathering companions today, Kim, is going to help us participate as a congregation.
Hello there. So I'm going to just read a little bit, and then I want you to respond with the all there. We recognize that we are part of a whole community of support that includes extended family, friends, and communities of many kinds. There are many who nurture and influence our children. As the spiritual community of SSUC, we offer our support and care.
We seek to be a source of support and encouragement to your family. We offer to share our stories, wisdom, and experience with you. And we welcome you and your children to journey with us as we seek to deepen the awareness of our spiritual essence and our social responsibility. It's in water that we are born, of water that we are made, with water that we are refreshed, by water that we are sustained. And so it's with the ancient symbol and beautiful substance of water that we welcome and celebrate Liliana and Madeline. I'm going to ask Peter, would you come please and just hold this down quite low for us? Because I'd like, as we pour the water today, I want everyone to feel like they have a part to play. So, first of all, would you come down and help us pour the water? We're going to pour some water in here. Oh, that's really great. Who else would like a turn? Would you help pour? Yeah, there's water in there. Oh, yes, very good. Excellent. Enthusiastic. I like that. And now, Peter will put this back up here. Should we pour a little bit more? Let's pour a bit more. And so we gather around this water and these families to share in their journeys. In this ritual of belonging, we recognize that these children belong to the universe, that they are spiritual beings, and that their parents have the great honor of caring for, teaching, and cherishing these beloved children. So Shelley and Ben, first one first, By what name shall this child be known?
Liliana Lynn Severson.
Liliana Lynn Severson. So are you going to come over here to this water? Do you want to feel it? Want to touch it? Oh, yes. As we're all part of community, each one of us having a place apart and a sense of belonging, we join together to speak the words of baptism. Liliana, we baptize you in the name of love. May the source of love be your strength. May the love we learn in the stories of our tradition be your guide. And may the spirit of love in which we are immersed. We welcome, affirm, and bless you, Liliana. Oh, you did really good. Amazing. Now, oh, nice. Liliana and Ben, we're going to take a walk because there's a bunch of people that want to welcome Liliana to our community. You want to come with me? Okay, let's go. And just the next slide, please. Not going? Oh, it was there. Sorry. Well, we'll get there eventually. We want everyone to have their words. One more, maybe? No? Why is it going backwards? Those things, well, we can look at these pictures. That's very nice. Oh, yay. So for those of you right here, I want you to welcome Liliana Lynn Severson. And we call you beloved. Friends, this is Liliana. How can I solve that problem? What do you think? Get rid of this altogether? Friends, this is Liliana Lynn Severson, and we call you beloved. Should we go over here? Look at these ones. Kids, this is Liliana Lynn Severson, and we call you beloved. Yahoo! Look at these folks over here. Friends, this is Liliana Lynn Severson, and we call you beloved. How about one more? Look at these musical people. Friends, this is Liliana Lynn Severson, and we call you beloved. Yes. Thank you for coming for a trip with me. Oh, sleepy child.
It's our tradition here.
And Shelley and Ben, what name shall this child be known?
Madeline Marie Severson.
Again, we join in the words of belonging. Friends, this is Madeline Marie Severson, and we call you beloved. Let's go see these folks. Friends, this is Madeline Marie Severson, and we call you beloved. Let's turn around, let's get a close-up. Kids, this is Madeline Marie Severson, and we call you beloved. Here comes Lily, too. Friends, this is Madeline Marie Severson, and we call you beloved. One more group. Friends, this is Madeline Marie Severson, and we call you. Oh, lovely. She's just visiting. That's fine. As Marilyn lights these candles, we ask that you, Madeline, and you, Liliana, receive these candles that symbolize the light that shines in you. May it burn brightly in you. May it be a reminder that your light joins with ours and with the entire cosmos. May it remind you that you are a unique and vital piece of the sacred creation. May it remind you of community, welcome, and love. May the blessing of a shared life of love and light be alive in you today and with you always. May it be so. This is a good time for us to share some invitations and excitement around all the things that we are about as a community. Things that are coming up. If you've got something to share, please make your way to the front and we'll share those with each other. I want to share just one. A reminder, many of us have been reading about this or knew about this when we announced it a couple of months ago, but now is the time to really celebrate that this week. St. Stephen's College in Edmonton has selected this year Reverend Dr. Nancy Steeves as the recipient of their honorary Doctorate of Divinity. And she will be honored and celebrated in St. Stephen's Convocation ceremony this week. Next week. I'm really grateful for all, we all work together on this. Monday, not tomorrow. October the 23rd at 7:30. It will be a great honor, not only for Nancy, and I know she's worked hard on her commencement address and is, even as she travels, working with her red pencil on it. I know that. And it'll be wonderful for us as a community to support her. If you're able and wanting to be there in Convocation Hall at the University of Alberta next Monday, a number of us will be there in support. We're also happy to arrange some carpooling, knowing that parking on campus can be challenging at times. So if you are either a driver or a passenger who would like to carpool, there's a sheet to coordinate all that in the foyer. And may I just say that on the Sunday following the convocation, we'll hear more about this, but on the Sunday following, Nancy and Don will join us and we'll be able to congratulate them and celebrate with a cake after the gathering on that Sunday.
So, Friday, November 3rd, 7 p.m., you're all invited to come to a Jukebox, a musical coffee house featuring Aaron Bailey. So this is going to be a fabulous evening of food, of fun, and of music, the latter provided by our own incredibly talented Aaron Bailey. From 7:30 to 9:30 p.m., he's going to be playing the piano, singing songs, taking requests, and using his many talents to engage us in the fun. Jukebox is a major SSUC event and our big fall fundraiser. We will enjoy not just Aaron and his music, but also international sweet and savory delights. We will have a chance to socialize with friends and neighbors, and we will be able to provide ongoing support to this wonderful spiritual community. I'm going to be selling tickets. They're $20 per person after the gathering in the foyer. You can also buy a ticket at the office or emailing info@ssucedmonton.com. We're accepting cash, check, and e-transfers. And that ticket will reserve a spot for you at a table. And this evening will also give us an opportunity to offer a tax receivable gift to SSUC. And I think we can raise thousands of dollars, which will help us to finish the year in the black and continue to be a source of light in the neighborhood, the city, and the world. We know that you love SSUC, we know you love food, we know you love music, and we know you love being able to help spread hope, positive energy, and love. So please do buy a ticket for me after the service and plan to be here 3 Fridays from today for Jukebox. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is David, and I'm here to talk to you this morning about Operation Friendship. If we look behind us here, we see all this beautiful display of pumpkins because it's the month of October. And in the month of October, Operation Friendship celebrates Socktober. it's a month where they collect as many socks as they can for the seniors in the inner city downtown that are in great need. Operation Friendship, for the new people in the congregation that might not know, was actually the very first outreach project that Southminster started. And that's 56 years ago, I believe. A group of people in our congregation saw that there was a need in the inner city to help seniors. There were seniors that didn't know of benefits that they were allowed through from the government or from wherever, and so they started these informal gatherings to help the seniors. And over the years, they've become a huge housing organization. And for many years, they had a drop-in center just off 95th Street. And we, the congregation, participated in that by providing lunch casseroles once a month for 8 months of the year. And Jean Hamilton was before me, and then myself, we did this right up until the beginning of COVID. Unfortunately, COVID did many things to a lot of people, and it really had to force the closure of the drop-in center, which was a very sad thing to happen. Operation Friendship has always limited the people that come to them for seniors only, whereas the Bissell Center, the Mustard Seed, and the Hope Mission, they cater to anybody that's in need, all the homeless people, etc. I mean, we read about it, we know about it in the news, we hear about the food bank, their needs. It's quite disastrous, and then now we have war. So there's so many sad times. Anyway, they had to close the drop-in center, and so we don't provide the casseroles anymore. But we do continue to provide financial support to Operation Friendship, and for the month of October, we're really hoping that we can count on people to bring us socks. And we've got a great big bin set up in front of the table in the front of the foyer there. We're doing this obviously just for the month of October, so we've got a couple of Sundays left. If you can bring some socks for men or women and drop them off in the bin or drop them off during the week, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
So for something completely different, we had, where did Ian go? We had a fundraiser, and then we have why we have a fundraiser, because we're involved in things in the community. So our fundraiser for December traditionally has been a cookie walk, where we've requested thousands of cookies. Well, this year it's changing a little bit. I've got my health hat on. I've got my little elf or fairy perched on top helping me out here. We're having an artisan market in conjunction with cookie sales. Southminster Steinhauer gets to have their own table, so any crafters in the congregation that want to donate goods to that table, all those funds from that table would go to our refugee fund, which we always try to raise money for. The rest of the funds will go into our general coffers to help with the other things that we raise money for. So there's sign-up sheets out there for donating goods. There's sign-up sheets there for volunteering to bake and how many wonderfuls you would be bringing, because of course they're all wonderful. And then there will be sign-up sheets for helping with setup and just general packaging and all those good things. So hope to see lots of names there because we need lots of help. Oh, finance, that's good.
She said finance, but that's not why I'm here. On Friday afternoon, a whole bunch of very elderly people from this church got together to celebrate a joint octogenarianship. They had a good time. They ate some great birthday cake, and shared stories about how wild they had been when they were turned 21. It was fun. And at the end, they even dipped into their old age allowance and put some money in for a donation to Southminster. So they had a great time.
Hello, I'm Bernie Harding from the Congregational Care Committee. Now, I've told Chris I wouldn't be too long. I only have one page, and I'm going to try to be fast. Okay, last week we celebrated Thanksgiving. This week we give thanks to those who give much time to the ongoing activities which you've. Each year, the Congregational Care would recognize somebody who has contributed to the congregation. Due to COVID and getting reorganized, this has not been done for a while. So we'd like to rectify this by recognizing the work the entire congregation has contributed over the years. So what I'd like you to do, if I say something you've done, just put your hand up, and then if it's another thing, you can put another hand up or just wave your hand. So I'm going to go through as many things quite quickly, but I'd like to just see some, congregational involvement here. Okay, for the service, anybody who's done some greeting at the door? How about the welcome table? Okay, set up visual and audio systems, acted as the assistant to gathering assistant. That's what I've got question marks here. I couldn't remember the name. Okay, told a story on the carpet. Now, I was thinking of Bonnie. I don't see her here today, but others have done that. Let's see. Presented a point of view, served coffee. Okay, where are we here? Counted donations at the end of the service, doing that. Okay, and there are many things I've forgotten. Then music, all right. Who sung in the choir? Over the years, every time? Okay, played an instrument in the orchestra. Organized and adapted music. Come on, Pam, there you are, and others, yeah. Okay, and who's been on the board over the years? On the board, and served on a committee. Okay, and how about the Board of Trustees? Been on the Board of Trustees? Or served on an ad hoc committee over the years? I'm sure many of you did there. Okay, have you volunteered in the office? Helped in the library? Did food bank? Okay, presented a midweek course, done a presentation at Tuesday Connection, organized an ongoing social fun or activity. Now, I was thinking of Jerry and Bridge, but there'd be others too. Okay, helped with ongoing maintenance that they do around here all the time. Okay, looked after and reorganizing the kitchen. Okay, and maintaining the memorial garden or a flower bed, mowing the lawn, snow removal, putting out lanterns on Christmas Eve. And with the children, I've helped with the kid spirit. In the past, led children's programs, the teens, helped at summer camp. I can put my hand up for that one. Okay, and food. Yeah, we do like our food. Have you helped with a potluck, cookie walk, seniors lunch, baked cookies for shut-ins, hosted a dessert party, made meals for the comfort freezer, helped make lunch for the inner city, helped make casseroles for Operation Friendship that David was talking about, and helped serve the lunches for Operation Friendship. And memorials, my stuff. Helps with setup, with changeover between the service and the reception, served and cleaned up, greeted or looked after the guest book. Okay, I know I've missed several things that have been done. I tried to make a list of all that I could remember, but we like to thank you for all that you do. Without all of you, we couldn't do what we do. And to celebrate, let them eat cake after the service.
We are all somewhere on a path of growth. Never a more obvious statement. That path is not just growing, but also deepening. That path is also about intentional reflection. That path is also about the effort in living out a set of positive values. This is what spirituality is. This is what our religious impulse is. This is the path that all of us are on. And whether we are on a journey just starting out, in being formed and taught and shaped by everything around us, like Liliana and Madeline, or whether we're finding a way in a new direction or a new intention as an adult, or whether we're making our way in the ways we've been honing for years, we recognize how the path before us is characterized by ongoing and continuous growth. And just like any plant or tree or anything we find in nature, to grow requires energy. And it requires work. There are always ways to go deeper and to continue growing. And so, in other words, we're all in process. We're all arriving but not arrived. We're all somewhere. And our paths all look different. Sometimes straight, sometimes curvy, sometimes whoosh, look out, roller coaster. We've been exploring some of the music that we sing for how it speaks to the journey that any of us might be on. Today, the song we just sung, this simple, beautiful song by Scott Kearns, reminds us that there is a connection between the values we hold and our ability to contribute to the good of the world. And so when we sing a song like this, we're not just singing it to feel good. In fact, very few of our songs are just for the heck of it. Our songs always challenge us. And today, I think, in these words, if I'm going to paraphrase just slightly, Scott is saying in these words that we give from a heart of love, we live as a source of love, we share in the work of love, we're doing all these things about love. We're bearing more of the cost of love because, like I said, energy, growth requires energy and work. And what all of this kind of living does for us, I think, is culminated in what he indicates in both of those first verses. All of that culminates in the fact that we can help wherever we see need. Compassion, respect, love give us the tools we need to be bold enough to go where the need is and to help with whatever we find there. The journey toward love and compassion is a lifelong endeavor, and it requires intentional effort, self-reflection, and a willingness to learn and evolve. Just a quick story from our tradition. Jesus told a story. A farmer went out to sow seed in the field. Some of it fell on the road, was tramped down, and the birds ate it. Other seed fell in the gravel. It sprouted, but withered because it didn't have good roots. Other seed fell in the weeds. The weeds grew with it and strangled it. Other seed fell in rich earth and produced a bumper crop. And as he said this, he called out, "Let anyone with ears to hear listen." Wouldn't it be fun if we ended all the things we say with, "Let anyone with ears listen"? Maybe you have to be Jesus to say things like that. I don't know. All of us at one point or another feel like and act like these different terrains. This is the point of a story like this. We see ourselves in this parable, allegory, metaphor. I'm often a hard-packed road, let me tell you. So set and settled that I don't let anything penetrate my know-it-all, stubborn attitude. I know, hard to believe. I see myself at times like a loose collection of gravel, catching myself with shallow thoughts and far too simple understandings, ignoring the roots and the depths of my connection to my fellow humans. At times, I'm a weedy mess. I'm an untended garden. Getting in my own way, forgetting that it's in working and growing with others that gives me my strength. And every now and then, I get reminded how life past and present comes together to create some pretty okay soil for a seed to take root. All of us can reflect on these soils in our life and how receptive we are and how open we are to the seeds of love, to the seeds of compassion. And we might reflect on, at this point on our path, because we're all at different ones, what kind of ground am I? The journey toward love and compassion is a lifelong endeavor that requires intentional effort, self-reflection, the willingness to learn and evolve. And if this parable does anything else, it reminds us of just how difficult life's terrain can be. The soft plowed soil doesn't start that way, does it? I remember being part of a community where there were a lot of elders who came to this country as homesteaders and who told those stories about what it was like arriving north of Edmonton with untended ground and somehow had to build a home and plow the field. Soft, tender, open land does not start that way. Soft, open, tender hearts also need work. Most ground is hard and rocky, and as often as there's birth and celebration, there's loss and grief. As often as there's movement forward in the world of equity and justice, there's tragedy of war and violence. Just when the garage door is fixed and working well, the fridge breaks down. Now you know what my week's been like. You get the point. Life is unpredictable and chaotic, and you don't dare let your eye off of it for 1 minute. So we continue to build a community that values love and compassion as essential for growth. If we're going to respond to war and violence in the world, we are going to do it not with rock-hard, untillable, unopened ground. We are going to do it with the softness and the tenderness of compassion and love. It's the only thing that meets violence and war with any amount of productivity. So we're going to surround ourselves with folks who share these values so that we can provide support, encouragement, and reinforcement of these virtues for each other. We're going to sing songs like this that help us, remind us, cajole us, and challenge us into that soft tenderheartedness. We commit to that ongoing growth. It's characterized by things we share that are listed on the banner of values, but that's not all. We're going to help each other and share along the path around characters of honesty and integrity, openness and respect, intellectual rigor that helps us go deeper, courage and creativity, compassion, inclusion, and love. So whether we're brand new and celebrating the family and friends around us on this day to celebrate life and love, or we're seeking some kind of inspiration and energy to get us through another day in a hard week, what ways are we finding to commit to the ongoing growth in cultivating our lives into the best soil that we possibly can? And I'm going to say we need each other to do that. And our song is our reminder and our calling. May this be the guide in our life. May this be our wisdom. True compassion, deep respect, given from a heart of love.
I have to say, I'm blown away. It was amazing. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Please join me in these words that can strengthen our intentions. May the sounds of our lives be filled with melody and, oh, yep. Where did he go? Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, I was wondering why nobody was speaking with me. May the sounds of our lives be filled with melody and lyrics that affirm, encourage, cherish, and impact our world in positive ways. We sing a joyous chorus with those who celebrate, and we sing mournful songs with those who struggle. We sing songs of strength and solidarity for those striving for freedom and safety, those working for peace and justice. We affirm that we all have a part and are invited into the singing. May we know that together, through our work, we can create that which will make the world more beautiful. As today's music comes back to our hearts and minds through the week, may we be reminded of the values on which we're centered, the love with which we live, and the rhythm of compassion and justice that direct the music. May it be so.
Friends, may we go into this day and into this week knowing that the arc of justice always bends towards love and justice. May we go carrying the light with us.
Yeah, you gotta wait for Noah.